So regular expressions is something really wonderful thing that has happened. And using regular expression, you can do a lot of text parsing or churning without having to write logic or code. Okay, so regular expression is a great invention, and you will notice that a lot of work can be done with regular expressions. Okay, and I mean, mostly in my career, what we have learned is that anybody who is processing data, whether they are engineers or not engineers, or they are sales executives, regular expression, just like Microsoft Excel, has helped. Wonderful, wonderful. So let's start with regular expressions. In computing, a regular expression, also referred as regex and sometimes regexp, provides a concise and flexible means of matching strings of text, such as particular characters, words, or patterns of characters. A regular expression is written in formal language that can be interpreted by regular expression parser or processor. Okay, this definition wouldn't mean much, and in case this sounds like too technical to you, don't worry, it's going to be extremely simple. All right, so in very simple word, the regular expression is really clever wildcard expressions. So when you look at a regular expression, that might look quite cryptic, but they are very powerful. Once you understand regular expression, they'll be really fun, and you'll be able to get a lot of magic done with simple lines of code. Okay, simple one single expressions. Okay, regular expressions are a language into themselves, a language of marker characters, programming with characters. It is kind of old school language, but it is compact. Okay, basically it is like those old school languages which look really cryptic, and when you think about programming, all you see is symbols and things like that, right? So at point of time you'll feel like you're seeing the matrix screensaver, like there are a lot of symbols falling down. Okay, but it'll be fun to learn this part. Okay, we'll do a little bit more practice so that we can get the hang of it. Okay, the sole idea is that when you think of a problem, you should not have a mental block of writing a regular expressions. Okay, that was one of the reasons once when I started training on say Hadoop with earlier with Java. I realized that 90% of my big data processing or small data processing actually was done using simple regular expressions. And interestingly for me, not many data scientists were comfortable with regular expressions. Okay, and it's quite handy and it's quite easy to get everything done. You will notice that it looks really cryptic, but it will be very easy to understand. Okay, so let's go ahead. All right, so here's a comic from XKCD. Whenever I learn a new skill, I concoct elaborate fantasy scenarios where it lets me, you know, save the day. Okay, so basically it's it's a comic about regular expressions, and you may find it really nice. Okay, let me give you the link and you can read it in your own time. All right, so it's basically a pattern matching. All right, I think this is not a great way of starting it, but still I'll just like to give you, I think I'll just go over this slide at the end. Okay, so before you can use regular expressions in your program, you must import the library called RE. You can use re.search to see if a string matches a regular expression, similar to using find methods for strings. Okay, the way there was a find method in a string, similarly there is a method called search, and you can also use re.find all to find all exact strings. Let's move ahead. Now let's take a look at it. Okay, so there is a mailbox. Okay, let's just start here. This is going to be quite correct way of learning it. So first of all, we are importing RE. Okay, first of all, we are importing RE. Again, this file is this file is located at this URL. Okay, just open this file and start copy pasting to your Jupyter notebook, and that would be an easier way to handle it. Okay, so what we are trying to do here is there is a file called mbox dash short. Okay, what it does is in this file, and how do I go to the file? I'll just go to my home page and show toolbar, go to control panel, hide the header again, and here in my home folder, inside this ML folder, you see Python, and there is, so I've copied everything onto the same folder in my Jupyter notebook. Okay, so you see there is this file which is basically mailbox of somebody. Okay, it's a mailbox of somebody with only the mostly the headers, right? You see, so generally when you look at an email box is kind of like this. It has header of the email, a really huge header, you see, uh, which has all the information about from which all mail servers it went through. So that's appended to the header. It shows that you know, from which server it was received and so on. So if you want to find out who has sent that email, you may like to take a look at the header. All right, so header of an email. Now, uh, now the next thing is that let's say we are trying to find out the from address from all of these. Okay, so that's what. If you take a look at this one, what are we trying to do here? We are, yeah. In this, what we are trying to do is we are the removing the white space from the right hand side of the line, and we are looking for a word called from colon, right? It's like saying control F here, control F here. So it'll find these lines. See, this is the header that basically dictates who is the sender of your email. When you look at your Gmail account, this part is what it shows that as the sender. Okay, for from colon. So we're looking for all the lines that have from and colon. All right, and now let's say you want to uh, we would like to just find those lines, and let's say we further want to find those lines in which from is the starting point. So that's where we are using a regular expression called the caret character. All right, so so that's how it is going to work. So let me just show you. So it has extracted quickly all the email addresses of people. See that? All the email addresses, all the lines that start with from. Okay, you see that? Now, let me start again from the basics. So you can see that this is when we say put this caret character, it means that we are looking for this from in the beginning of line. Okay, in the beginning of line. Let's say we are looking for, say, new keyword in the beginning of line. Okay, new word in the beginning of line. So all we have to do is put new here and then see that it has extracted all those lines in which new is in the beginning. Okay, similarly details, let's say we are looking for details, or what should I look for? Okay, This file doesn't seem to have. Okay, now, I mean, we could look at something more interesting here. Let's say we're looking for all the lines in which SVN is in the beginning. So we could simply say SVN here, and it will show us those lines. All right. So this was our way of quickly looking for the lines that are beginning with a word or that contain a word. Okay. So that's this is equivalent of saying Control F and right. So if you're looking for colon, there is not a single line contains SVN colon. Okay. All right. Now I think I should make it extremely beginner. Right. Let's say you have a string called my two favorite numbers are this. Okay. And what I want to do is, okay. And I think, yes. Yeah. Let's say I want to find out only the numbers from it. Let's say I want to find out only the numbers from it. Okay, a question from Gopi. What is R strip? R strip removes the white space from the right hand side of a string. Okay, let's say here there is a new line at the end of the string. So if you say R strip, it's going to remove going to remove the new line from this side. If I have like a lot of space here on this side, okay, just give me a second. Here we go. So you can remove the white space from the right hand side. Okay, all right. A question from Mohammed Yaqub is that if I'm running local Jupyter notebook, where should we put the file for Python to read from by default? Okay, wait. In the same, it should be. Are you able to see this folder here? This kind of thing. When you go to control panel, do you go to this kind of place? If yes, then you can just upload it in the same folder where you have kept your notebook, and that should be good. Okay. All right. All right. So let me start from the beginning. How can I do it better? Let me see if I can do it better. I would like to I would like to take it really one step at a time. Import re dot match. I think this will be better. I think this is better. Okay. So let's start from the beginning. Okay. So a regular expression matcher basically matches the okay, it is just give me a second. I'll get myself ready for okay. Now again, let me go back to what we were discussing. All right, let's try to learn this part. This is something going to be interesting. So I'm going to start from the beginning. Okay, so when we are trying to match a character or search something in something, then we can use the things like re dot find all and find all. Okay, so it has found a 3 times in this. Okay, and if I say this, it has found a once in this. Okay, all right, then it basically did not look for. Right. So let's say if we want to look for all the words, let's say this is double A and that is triple A. Okay. We are looking for a word that contains at least one A. So what we do is we put a plus here. Okay. Plus means plus means one or more characters of the preceding character. All right, one or more characters of the preceding character. So it will match with a, double a, again a, and so on, right here, and so on. All right, make it make sense to you? Now if let's say we are looking for and here, it will match this. Okay, there is only one and here. Okay, okay. How can I make it more friendlier to learn? All right, but I think this would be good, right? Is this good? All right. So in regular expression, when we want to say that match any single character, we say dot. Okay. Dot means it will match all the characters. You see, it matched with T, H, I, S, and then space and so on. Okay. It would match any character. When we say twice, it will match all every two characters. Okay, it'll match with double dot, match it with th and so on. If at this point we say double space, double dot followed by a space, okay, and before that space, what does it mean? It means space followed by two characters and then followed by a single character. You can see that it matched with these. Is it clear? Dot means any character. Dot means any character. I'm going to commit it right away so that you can. Yes. The a question from Gopi is that is this a case sensitive search? Yes. Okay. Regular expressions is a common format. Yes, regular expression is common in C, C++, Java, C Sharp, JavaScript, and even in the Unix utilities like sed, grep, awk, everywhere, the standard regex is there. There are minor, tiny little differences which everybody has tried to put in. Okay, and and you will notice that soon. Okay, don't worry about the differences between other languages and this. Okay, so there are tiny little differences, but that would not deter you from using it. Okay. All right, I will talk about differences between find all, match, search, and other things, but let's just focus on this. Okay, so if I'm looking for say t followed by t t followed by 1 to 3 characters. Okay, then you can see that it has found this and that. All right, any three characters. So dot means dot means any character. All right, so dot means any single character. Good. Now, the next thing that's important here is the asterisk. Asterisk. Asterisk means any number of previous preceding character. Okay, please pay attention. Otherwise, it will become cryptic. So let's say I'm looking for any number of A's. So I'll say A asterisk, and let's see what happens. It matched with blank lines, meaning no character at all, as well as it matched with A's. Okay, so zero or zero or more number of previous character. That's what is asterisk is. Now, if I say a asterisk, what it means is, okay, what it means is a, since a is mandatory, okay, and a asterisk means zero or more of these. So a asterisk matched with a double a, then it found all of these. So basically the a asterisk would match a a and so on if that is found in the text. Okay, comfortable so far? So we talked about only two things, dot and asterisk. So we are using the Python's RE package, but I could show the same thing in the Notepad, the text editor that I'm using, that because almost every text editor has regular expressions. Okay, so find all has basically taking the first argument is regex and second argument is the one in which it's trying to match this regex. Okay, and here we are saying a asterisk. All right, the next one is plus. Plus means one or more of preceding character. Okay, one or more of preceding character. If I say this, if I say t plus, it will match with this t, this t, this t, and so on. Okay, and if I say let's say a plus, it will match with at least one of A's. Dot means a single character. All right. Now, okay. So, question is, what will T dot match with? T dot will match with this, right? Because there is a space there. All right. Question is, why is T dot matching with this, right? It's saying T followed by this. It's matching with this part. We are not saying, let's say A dot and then space. What will this match? It will match with any any place where starting with A, starting with A, then dot meaning any character followed by a space. Okay, see that? All right. So coming back to the plus, let's try to make more of this sense out of this. Okay, so let's say we would like to, uh, you know, find out all the places, all the characters which are just after the space. Okay, so we are saying space followed by this and plus. You see that? It has matched everything from here till the end. Okay, and if we say space here, let's see what happens. It's basically matching from here till here. It's saying basically find all is kind of greedy. It matches as much as possible. So it's one space this side, other space this side. Okay, good. Now let's say what, okay. So I hope this is clear to all. So A plus matches with A, and triple A. So plus means previous character. All right. What does it mean if I put double A here? Okay. So you can see that here if I put double A, it's matching with double A or triple A. Okay. So plus means one or more of preceding. All right. Good. So yes. So the if we say dot star, if we say dot star here, if we say dot star, it'll match the entire line. Okay. It matched the empty line as in no character as well as match the entire line. Dot means any character. Asterisk means zero or more of that character called any character. That means it will match everything. Okay. Good. Now next is I hope this is clear to everyone so far. So dot means a single character. Asterisk means zero or more of previous character, and plus means one or more of preceding. Okay. And of course, we can always match the exact character. Let's say we are looking for plus in the output, then we put double slash. Okay, I'll talk about, let's say here it is. So it's matching this plus now. Okay, so we'll have to put double slashes before this. First slash, uh, first Python converts double slashes into something, a single slash, and then single slash means we are removing the special meaning for plus. Okay, so this is how we can escape the special meaning for the characters. If you really want to match, say plus in the output, not anything else. Like for example, this one, see that? It only matched this. See that? Dot plus here. Wonderful. Now this is how we escape the special meaning of anything. If you want to escape the special meaning of dot, we'll put two slashes before it. Okay. Right. So now if you want to match something strictly in the beginning, let's say we want to match this, not that, right? So what we will do is we will put the caret character before it. We will say caret, and then we'll say th, okay, and then this. So it will only match this one. Okay. If you want to find out which was the word, we could actually say dot star and follow dot plus followed by a space. Sorry. Let's say, how do I, okay, so dot, as in, I could just say this, okay? You can see that it has matched with only this, not that. All right? Is it clear to everyone? Everyone so far? Everyone? It's an important part of learning. So make sure that you understand things now before it's too late. So if you want me to repeat, I can repeat. Not clear? Okay, so we are learning the art of matching the character so that we can recognize the patterns and we can we can find out the words. All right, all right, wonderful, wonderful. Now moving ahead. Great. Now, great, Karthik. Now moving ahead. So then we what we learned was the beginning of line, right? This was beginning offline, right? Let's say we want to capture something in the end of line, right? How do you capture something on the end of line? We say dollar. Dollar means end of line. And what's the end of line? This is the end of line. So we'll say dollar and say A and put some dots just to capture which one it's matching with. So it's basically matching with this one only, right? If we put more dot, we'll be able to capture the other words. And then you can see that this is the part which is it's matching with, right? Dollar A is matching with this. All right. So end of the line me is dollar. So beginning of the line is caret and end of the line is dollar, dollar. And to escape anything, we can put double slashes before it. One slash will comment out the special meaning of slash in Python, and other slash will basically, once the two slashes get converted into single slash, then that single slash will escape the meaning of the special character in regex. Okay. All right. Now moving ahead. So what is the next? We can either match the white space using the space, or we could use slash s. Okay, we could use slash s to match the white space. So I'm just putting a dot after it so that we can capture. So it matched slash s and then uh, I. Let me put one more dot here. Dot will match with this. So si and then sa, then aa, then again aa, and then dt and ti, and then sa. See that? All right. So this way you can match the white space. Here, no matter what kind of space it is, it can match. See that? It basically matched white space multiple times. Okay. So let me just put here a, and you can see. All right. Done with GitHub push. All right. So this way you can match white space. Also, in case you want to write your own matcher for white space. It's pretty simple. Put a space, put plus. Okay, you can see that it has matched with this as well as this as well as this. Okay, so that's white space. Okay, question from Subrama is A slash S and A. Would the above work? A slash S. Okay, let's this here. So these two things are same. The only difference is that if you want to match with tab, then this will not work. Great, great. So good that you are able to test and make sure that it works. That's wonderful. So all of you should be able to test and make it work. The way to remember and to make yourself familiar with regex is by trying all possibilities. By trying all possibilities in the Jupyter or interactive shell or in your program or text editor or anywhere wherever regex is supported. Okay. All right. So that's about the white space character. So slash s is pretty good white space character because it also matches with tabs and white space and new line and so on. Okay. And capital slash s is useful to match the non-white space characters. Okay. You can see that A followed by non-white space, capital slash capital S. Okay, and that's it. You see? All right. So basically, A followed by non-white space. This is white space, non-white space. All right. So yes, slash s actually it's pretty useful here. Though we have emulated it using space plus, we had to create this one. So technically, yes, this functionality can be done using a bigger regular expression, but this is a shortcut to say white space. Similar is this case with slash s. All right. So asterisk is done. Now there is something called question mark. Question mark is something which we should discuss right away. Okay. Question mark means 0 or 1 character. 0 or 1 character. Okay, so here we are saying A followed by single space or no space at all. Okay, or we could also say TH followed by either space or no space at all. Okay, if I say THI, it will match with THI, which is this. Okay, this, or it will match with this, that, TH of that. Okay, 0 or more of some character. 0 or more of some character. That's what the question mark is. Question mark means this either 0th time or once. Okay, that's the question mark. All right. So actually question mark deserves to be going up somewhere. Okay, so zero or more of character is question mark. Now, if you want to say that, hey, match either of these characters, if you want to say match either of these characters, so what you do is you put them in square brackets. You would like to say that match either A or T or I, okay, followed by S. So let's say this. So it will match with AS, TS, or IS. Okay, or let me show you. If you want to say TH, I and A, and here S and T. What does it mean? It will match with this and that. It will match with this and that. Good? Sounds good to you? Okay. Now let's, with this knowledge, whatever we have gained so far, let's try to find the vowels in a line, right? So how do we get the vowels? How do we get the vowels? We get the vowels by saying A, E, I, O, U. See that? And let's say we want to find out places where there is at least there are two vowels consecutively, okay, or more than two vowels. You see that it has matched with this till here, okay, but I'm wondering why did it not match with the last one? Okay, because we just matched with two. Okay, so it will match with all these places where there are two vowels, and yes. A question from Subrama, when we do space enter here, shift enter actually, and does it execute only the last line? Not really. All these lines are getting executed. Just that is printing the result of only the last line. Okay, it is printing because the other values are getting overwritten with the output of this one. Okay, so basically you could match the vowel so quickly and easily using this kind of a syntax. So this I matched and so on, right? Now one more thing, and then we'll work on some more thing. Then we could put in the ranges, okay, or we would like to say consonants. Consonants is to say consonants inside the ranges. If you put caret character, it will find out everything other than these things. Everything other than these. Okay? So it found out it matched with everything which was not a vowel. Okay? So if we would like to say a vowel followed by something that's not a vowel, then print it. So it has printed it. Okay, so it has I is a vowel, which means it's matched with this. S is a consonant which matched with this. So caret character inside the ranges means it's not, it, it negates the meaning of this. Okay, so the character, it will match with the character that's not any of these. Okay, that's the meaning of caret character. Everybody with me so far? So there are two meanings of this caret character. If it comes outside of the square brackets, it means it's the beginning of line. Otherwise, it is uh, otherwise it negates the meaning, negates the range, meaning of range. Okay. Now the other very useful way of defining a range of characters is saying A to E. Okay, so it will match all the letters which are between A to E. Yes. Matched with A, it matched with D, it matched with so on. Okay. If I say A to S, it matched with all of these. It matched with all the characters starting with A up to S. All right. Let's say we would like it to match with capital characters. So we would we can say capital. It is case sensitive by default. Okay. So we could say A instead. So it matched with nobody. Had there been a somewhere a capital, it would match with this. All right. So similarly, it will also match with numbers. For example, here we are saying find all 0 to 9x. It's basically it is going to match with 2, 19, 42. What are we saying? We are saying 0 to 9 and any number of these. Plus means any number of preceding character or character range. So here the preceding to preceding to plus is square brackets, and those square brackets represent a single number. Okay, is it clear to everyone? See, 2, 19, 42. Okay, all right, let me make it more simpler so that it looks better. Okay. So this expression is matching with all of these. This expression is matching with numbers, right? So what we learned so far is that, again, going back, the dot means any character, any single character. Asterisk means any times of the previous character. It will match with any times of previous character of the asterisk. I mean, if there is dot before asterisk, that means it will match any character any number of times. Plus means at least once, and so on. Question mark means 0 or once. Okay. Then we can escape the characters by putting double slashes. Caret character means beginning of the line. Okay, beginning of the line. And then dollar means end of the line. Slash s means white space. We could also do the same white space using space plus. Slash capital S means non-white space character. Then we talked about the ranges. Uh, this will match with a single character, which is either A or I. This will match with a single character, which is A, E, I, O, U. It will match with either A or E or I or U. Okay, and this caret inside the square bracket means it will negate the meaning it will do the opposite. So instead of matching with any of these, it will not match with everybody else. So it will not match with A, E, I, O, U. So vowel followed by consonant, that's what it means. Okay, then we have the range of character like this and so on. Then we can also match the capital letters. Okay, we could also define the character ranges and number ranges by putting dash. Okay, so this will match with any capital letter from A to Z or A to Z. This will match with any single small letters starting from A till S, both sides included. All right. So this is how the regex work. I hope this is clear to all. So here it's matching with the numbers. So who will help me with writing a regex which will match with decimal numbers? Let's write the my two favorite cents are 19.5. Let's say we want to write regular expressions which will match with a decimal number, right? Only the decimal number. A decimal number must have dot, correct? Followed by 0 to 9 and plus. Is that right? Plus should be outside the square brackets. You see that? It had matched with the decimal number. Had this decimal number been something like this, 00 like this, it would still match with the decimal number. It says that any number of times 0 to 9 followed by a dot. Okay, also it will match with this one as well. You see that? That's why our regular expression is not correct, and hence we have to skip the we have to escape the special meaning of the dot. Okay, now it makes sense to you, right? Yes. Thank you, Subrama, for that point. All right. Now you see that? Had it been something else like 2.x, it won't match it. Okay, does it make sense to you? So what are we saying here? We are saying 0 to 9, any number, any digit between 0 to 9, plus means any number of times. So any number of times, any digit. That's what it means. Followed by a dot. Since dot has a special meaning, we had to put two slashes to overwrite its special meaning, and afterwards again a number. So number followed by a dot and followed by another number. All right. Now let's say we would like to match any number, whether integer or float. Okay, so what I'm going to do is there is something called bracket. Bracket basically groups it together, and there we could put a question mark. Okay, what did we miss? Okay, not really, not really. Let me just check. Okay, let me see if we need to create, let's say from here till here, question mark. No, it doesn't work that way. See how we can do that. Okay, let me cover a few more things and we'll talk about the other part. Okay, if you want to match with alphanumeric, let's say we want to find out anything that's not alphanumeric in this. Okay, so what is it that we should do? We should, to find the special characters, we should say 0 to 9, A to Z, or capital A to capital Z. That means alphanumeric. Okay, alphanumeric. And let's say we would like to match with this, so it actually matched with everything here. Now, if I want to find out a single character which is not any of these, then I will use this. You see that? So only the space is what is left as a result. Had there been a comma here or colon here, then those will also match. See, colon and comma. Make sense to you? So here what we're trying to say is 0 to 9, A to Z, capital A to Z, and a dot. Here dot inside the square brackets does not means a little different. And the caret means none of these, none of these. Okay, and that's why it has matched with space, comma, colon, and so on. Right. So that's how you do a lot of matching. All right. So that's about the basics of regex. A question from Subrama is that here here's where regex functions should have had predefined patterns like any decimal number, any only float numbers, any date fields, etc. Okay, so basically there is no end to it, and the regular expression would like to stay really generic. Okay, they are trying to introduce things like digit. If you go with C sharp or any other language, they have a special character for representing digit. For example, slash capital S, slash small s, and so on. So the regular expression module is uh, basically for that. So we used all of this. So we learned that the caret character matches since the beginning of line. The okay. So if you want to match with all the things that are in this file, if you want to match all the lines which are starting with capital S followed by colon, then we could use this kind of character. So this pattern that you see on the right hand side will match all the lines that are starting with X, all the lines is starting with the X, and followed by dot. Dot means any character. Asterisk means any number of times followed by a colon. Okay. All right. So you can fine tune here we are trying to fine tune. Here we are saying that X followed by any number of spaces and so on. Okay. So here we are trying to extract the digits, the numbers from the input data. All right. If you want to find out the capital vowels in this, we can simply say A to E, A, E, I, O, U in the square brackets, meaning any of these characters, any one of these characters, any number of times. Okay, so the repeat characters asterisk and plus push outwards in both directions and to match the largest possible strings. So basically asterisk and plus try to eat as much as they can very quickly, and they are pretty greedy in that sense. Okay, they're pretty greedy in that sense. Non-greedy means if you want to make it non-greedy, then here you could basically use find all. Okay, all right. So basically you can let's say you're looking for email address in a big inbox. So what we can do is we can write slash s means not a white space, plus at, then followed by slash capital S, plus, meaning not white space on the left, not white space on the right, and maybe a white space afterwards. Okay. So because as soon as it hits a white space character, it will stop matching. It will stop matching here. It will stop matching here, and you will get the email address. Okay, so let's say there, let me just pick up the file, let's say this file, right? And I'm going to define read the entire file. I think we should just read the entire file. Okay, so we have handle, and we are, you see that this is where we are. So from that, this line, we can quickly read, find out all the email addresses. You see that? You could read email addresses quickly. Okay, so basically the plus and asterisk eat up as much as they can. Okay, that's greedy. We'll talk about greedy maybe a while later. Let's focus on getting it done. Or let me repeat it for you. Okay, let me repeat the greedy matching. The repeat characters asterisk and plus push outwards in both the directions to match the largest possible string. So here we are saying control, this is the caret character, f dot plus. So it will try to match as much as it can. Okay, so it's trying to match as much as it can. I'll show you what it means. This one is the, you see, so it's basically trying to eat till here. F followed by dot plus till colon. Ideally, it should have matched only this one, right? But it matched this also. You see that? Sorry, let me repeat. So here there are two colons, this one and this one, and we are saying F followed by dot plus colon. So it could match either this or it could match till here, right? It matches from here till here by default. Okay, it matches till here by default. All right. So to make it non-greedy, you generally put a question mark, because question mark is a non-greedy matching, and that way it will generally work. Or a better way would be let it be greedy, and let it be greedy. What you do is you make sure that there is you here you say, if I have to do this again, what I'll do is I will say anything but not a space. Okay, then it'll match, right? It will not match the other spaces. So the point I'm trying to make is that ideally you should not worry about greedy non-greedy. Instead, you fine tune your regular expression. Okay, although there is a way to do the non-greedy one by putting a question mark and so on. All right. So greedy one, basically instead of only matching till here, it's matching till here, because there are two possibilities, either this or this. So it basically first matches till the largest one. So if you put a question mark after dot star or dot plus or plus or star, it'll become little less greedy. Okay, but you should not worry too much about greedy non-greedy. Personally, I write a lot of regular expressions, and I do a lot of text extraction. So I know about the greedy and non-greedy things, that they are really big botheration. The better way is that assume that everything is going to be greedy. You fine tune your pattern such that it matches the smallest possible for the things that you're looking for. Okay, so you keep on fine tuning your text extraction. All right, great. So basically here, this is a simple regular expression to find the email address of a person from the line. It matches with what? Anything which is non-space character. This is capital S, mind it. This is capital S, and plus means zero, one or more. At again slash capital S, meaning it's a the it's slash capital S means the non-white space, and plus means any number of times. So interestingly, this slash here we had to only put it once. If we put it twice, it's the same thing. Kind of understand. Okay. Okay, a question from Karthik, that in case you have 4 GB of data and you matched in the first line itself, no point in scanning the rest of the data. That is performance hit. I'm assuming that way. I may be wrong. That's right. That's right. So the non-greedy one does help you in a bit of performance, but you can do it by yourself by fine-tuning your matches. Okay, fine-tuning your matches. But yes. There are definitely use cases of greedy, non-greedy. Okay. All right. Point from Subrama is that for this particular character, it matched the entire line, not not the email ID. This expression, let me just pick it, what it means. Find all in this string. In X, is that what you're trying to do here? Crazy character. Like this. Because it's matching with a single character. Sorry. Okay, let me pick up the another. There is another line that he has pasted. Let me show you. So here it's saying that re.search /s at /s line print line. Okay, in this X. All right. Actually, you are not. You should say re.find all. We'll come back to that again. Find all, because you're not printing the output of this. You're printing the line itself, right? You're printing the line itself. That's why it's printing everything. Okay, that's why it's printing everything. Instead, I'll say that you use find all here. Okay, so find all, and if you say X here, you'll get the right results. Okay, since you are here, the other mistake that we are doing is we're putting a single character, Subrama. So you put plus here on both sides. Okay. All right, that's good. Right. Okay. All right. So if we had to do it using the slicing and dicing way, it would be really hard. What we will do is first we'll have to find out the correct at character, and then from that point of time point we will try to find towards the left the first space you found, and then we would print we'll slice the data from that point till this point. So if we had to just print the domain name, it will be so much of work. Okay, it will be so much of work. All right. Sometimes we split a line one way and then grab one of the pieces of the line and split that piece again. Right? That's double split pattern, and we could utilize that. Okay, and using regex we can achieve the same thing. All right. Great. So that's pretty much for today. We will continue from regex. Thank you, everyone. I look forward to see you next session.